Okay, today we're going to think about Venn diagrams a little bit differently. These will not be the same Venn diagrams, with just the two overlapping circles and then the box around the outside. Venn diagrams can basically be, in discrete math and math in general, can basically be anything your heart desires for interconnected circles with boxes around them and anything else. So we're going to keep going. We've added some more of a vocabulary, but we're not really adding any new. Today you can see on the first one we're looking at a subset, which is not a new symbol, but we're going to see it on a Venn diagram. This is page 4 in the student note packet, so if you've been taking good notes in the packet, this is going to be on page 4. So how can we show that one set is a subset of another using a Venn diagram? Let's remind ourselves what a subset needed to be. In order for something to be a subset with numbers, it had to be that C is smaller than D, or the same, smaller or the same than D, and everything in C had to be in set D. So let's think set D maybe was the numbers 1, 2, 3. Then a subset could be C if it had any combination of just these numbers. So 1 and 3 would be a subset of 1, 2, and 3. So basically what it's saying is everything that is in C has to appear in D. So, for instance, if this had the number 4 in it, and 4 was not in here, then it would not be a subset. So we need to think of a way, with circles so that everything that's in C is in D. So let's start with D, because D is a bigger set. So this will be our set D. Let's think of some options. So option 1 would be maybe subset C is like this, right? That's what we're used to. Maybe subset C is here, or maybe subset C is here. Well, I did these 3 options because look, this could be some overlap with D, no overlap with D, or fully encapsulated in D. Obviously, I put the last one in yellow because it is the correct answer. C is a subset, means everything in set C needs to be inside of D. No exceptions. So like having stuff out here, not right. Having nothing overlap, not right. So the answer to subset in Venn diagrams says if something is in C, then it has to be in D, would look like this. The C circle is completely inside the D circle, probably blowing your mind on what you think a Venn diagram is supposed to look like. Next, we are going to look at this with 3 circles. I told you this was coming, so we absolutely can do 3 circle Venn diagrams. There is still a universal set out here, and what we're going to do is look at just A intersect C. The biggest thing to remember is if the instructions don't mention set B at all, then it does not matter at all. This is just saying what part of A intersects, which means overlaps with C. So I think we would all say that A and C overlap right there. And then the last question would be, do we still use this part because this part has B in it also? And the answer is yes. If it doesn't say anything about B, you just completely ignore B. And this is the exact same question as when we did intersection with just 2 circles, because A and C overlapped with this entire region. And if you look at the shaded yellow, it's the same exact region. Just don't care about the B unless it talks about B. Moral of the story. So A overlap with C is both of these pieces. That's going to be important once we put numbers in there. But both these pieces make up A intersect C. Let's try another one. Okay. Remember, when we do any sort of math, parentheses comes first. So subtraction, remember that means start with B, and you can't add anything to it, and take away the part that's in C. So if I start, so we're going to put this in yellow. If I start with the B circle and I take away the part that's are in C, that means I'm not shading where my pen is right now because that's in C, right? C is this whole circle, and in this part. So what am I left with? I'm left with the B circle that does not touch C. So, okay, that. Now, A, I will shade in a different color. A is over here. A is the whole A circle. And that will be in green. So what you'll see is I have parts with just green, parts with just yellow, and then parts with both colors, this part right here. Now what we have to remember is our last final answer is that we are unioning them. Unite. Union always means all colors. So that means I'm taking the stuff that is just in green, I am taking the stuff that is in both colors, and I'm taking the stuff that is just in yellow for a final answer that is everything that had a color, because that's what union says. Everything with part is in the answer, so it's the whole A circle, it's the whole B circle, not this little part. So it doesn't matter that B minus C took away the center. I union the A back into it, so it counts. The red is the final answer. Next, make sure you come to ask me questions in class. If any of these don't make sense, I can re-explain them. We will do this one again with our two colors. So we'll start on the left, not A. Anything outside of A. This is a lot of shading because it's literally everything outside of the A circle. So the whole box, the whole world, except what's in the A circle. Okay, everything outside of the A is not A in the universe. Okay. B is our other one, so that's a simple one. It's just shade the circle B, which would be the B circle. Again, I have parts that are just yellow, I have parts that are just green, and I have parts that are both colors. So our last step is to think about this symbol. This symbol is intersect, meaning overlap. So the only places that overlapped were the places with two colors, which would just be there. Everything else just had one color or no colors. So the red is the final answer. Okay, a couple more things. Okay, show each of the following situations. We already did the first one here. A is a subset of B, means A has to be completely surrounded by the B circle. Nothing can be escaped from A. The next one, the last one, is that if the intersect, that means overlap, is empty set, right? So that means no overlap, no overlap. That's just two circles completely untouching. They could be anywhere as long as they have no parts in common, no overlapping. That's called the empty set. And that means overlap is empty, so no overlap. Just another way of showing Venn diagrams a little outside the box. What we're going to do now is we're going to flip to page 14. Okay, this will be the last part of the video. Remember, on our page, we like to use this notes packet and worksheets. This is page 14 on that packet. Okay, this is page 14 in that packet. See, 13, 14, Venn diagram. This is what we're going to do a lot with these Venn diagrams, and you really want to think out a little bit with me here. So each one of these parts has a number in it. One important rule is that no number can be in two places, meaning these 7 are just these 7. These 8 are just these 8. Nowhere can anyone be on a place twice. Why can you not be on a place twice? Because these overlaps handle all of the options. Meaning, let me just talk some of this through. Rock alone, this is who likes what type of music. Rock alone is 18 people. What does the 11 mean? It means people that like rock and rap because they're in the overlap. But they're not here, so they don't like country, right? 11 here means not in the country circle. What do these 7 mean? It means they like all 3 types of music because they are in the overlap of all. The 11, 8, and 1 are similar situations. They don't like all the music, but they like 2 of them. The 18, 17, and 24 mean they just like that type of music. No overlap. But think in general. If I want just the people, if the question is just, do you like rock? And it says nothing else, just like I said, shading means nothing else if it's not stated. If it says, do you like rock music? The answer here is, do these 18 people like rock? Yes. Do these 11 people like rock? They sure do, because they are in the rock circle. Do these 7 like rock? Yes. Do these 8 like rock? So if the question is, right here, how many people, we'll start with that one. How many people just like country music? Notice how it doesn't say country music only. It just says, are you in the country circle? Right? So we're going to do this number 2 first. Are you in the country circle? That is the country circle. If you are in the country circle, you count. 17 plus 1 is 18. Plus 7 is 25. And that makes 33. 30 people do like country. They're in the country circle. How many total people are represented in the diagram? Well, I guess we should just finish counting. We had 33 here. 33 plus 24 plus 11 plus 18. Add all those up because I'm just adding up all the numbers. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 86 total people. You can only be on here once, so everyone should be 86 in total. Okay, how many people like only country? Look at number 2, verse number 3. That word only, which I just wrote right on top of, that word only is very important because the difference in question 2 is you can be in the entire country circle. Now it says only country, so you can't be in any other circle. You can't be in any other circle. That means that only 17 people like only country. Big difference in the question. Okay. How many people like rock and country? Here's where it gets interesting because a lot of people will say rock and country is definitely these 8 because it's in the both. But remember, if the question doesn't mention it, you have to count it. These 7 people also do like rock and country. This question doesn't mention pop, so you ignore it. So 8 and 7 makes for a total of 15 people who indeed like rock and country because these 7 count. They are in rock and country overlap. They count. And this is how the question gets more explained. Here's where you'll see a different question. How many people like rock and country? Look, it's the same start, but not rap. So not rap means this 7 is in the rap circle. It has to go away. What am I left with? Just the 8. See how the questions have to be very specific. Don't just take the questions very literally, and you'll do good on this. A couple more, and the video will be over. How many people like rap or country? Or. This is the hardest part of these because people hate seeing or and thinking it means all. Remember, rap or country is the same as union, unite, take them all. So I want to say who likes rap or country. We're looking at rap on the right. Rap is on the right, isn't it? No. Yeah. Rap is on the right. Country's on the bottom. We're looking for or. Rap or country. So if we were shading, remember if I said rap union country, which we've been practicing now for days, you would say, okay, union means to unite. It means to take them all. Union means to unite it all. So it's all of these would be in rap or country, because if ask a person straight up, a person in these 24 people, if you said to them, hey, do you like rap or country? They'd be like, yeah, I like rap. I don't like country, but I like rap, so I do like rap or country. If you ask these 7 who like them all, hey, do you like rap or country? Yeah, I like them both, so I like one or the other. So they all count. So we have to add up all these. Or we can think of it as we had 86 total, and we just subtract the only number that's not there, 18. So that's 76, 66, 68. So 68 people would be how many people like rap or country? 68. You take all of the overlap. All right, last question of the day. How many people like rap, country, and rock? And is the word for overlap, meaning all. Okay, meaning it has to be an all, meaning overlap all of them, meaning be a member of all 3 circles. So if the only people that like all 3 are these 7, 7 is the only area where they like all of them overlapped. So 7 is our last answer of the day. And you're going to practice this now. You're going to do page 15 as your classwork. You're going to do page 15, being very careful. Okay, being very careful. I'll give you a warning. To do page 15, try and start from the most unique and then work your way back. Because these 56 like math is not. This 56 going right here is not correct. No. What 56 like math is saying, 56 like math is saying that this one, this one, this one, and this one, the math circle, sums to 56. So that's why it's better to work from the most unique and go backwards. Because these 18 that like math and science, 18 for math and science is actually all of this, because that's the 18 people that make up the whole math science overlap. So that 18 is not just one number. It is the 2 of these combined. Take those cautions as you work on page 15.